That's 2.7 million workers heading out, and only 40% of them being filled in by the next generation. All right, here are some numbers that are blowing me away right now. So, over 2.7 million baby boomers in the US manufacturing and construction industries are expected to retire by 2030, leaving this gigantic skills void. And another estimate says for every five boomers retiring, only two younger workers, Gen X, millennials, Gen Z, are stepping in, creating this gigantic, like steep supply gap, right? And the 20% of skilled trade professionals right now are over 55, and nearly 70% of employers saying they're struggling to fill qualified trade positions. I know when I talk to a lot of our people in our market, finding really good skilled labor is getting really, really difficult, especially in these trade zones. And so, when I think about where that leaves, like so what do you do about that? I think a lot of the manufacturers we talk to are kind of scrambling to say, well, how do we hire? How do we find these people? And I think the answer is we got to find a way to be more efficient. And so, we've talked a lot about where can AI fit in, where can automation, that kind of thing fit in. If I were in those sectors, I wouldn't be worried about finding the people so much as I'd be worried about how do I both not lose this tribal knowledge, gigantic knowledge gap that's going to walk out the door when people retire, but also how do I make the people who are coming up more efficient, more effective, more able to do their jobs? Because what are these numbers here? That's 2.7 million workers heading out, and only 40% of them being filled in by the next generation. That is an eye popper.